So we're halfway through the most exciting job in the world, fretting. I've cornered all these with a triangular file. These are stainless steel frets, 2mm by 1.1. Definitely a job where you need music, this one, but obviously due to copyright we can't have any, so that's why I've done the others already. There we go, fretting done. Okay, so we're back, and for this next process you're definitely going to need some frog tape, definitely a leveling beam, a fret leveling file, diamond, a diamond fret crowning tool, a fret rocker, varying different degrees of wet and dry sandpaper up to 4000 grit, 0000 wire wool, and a selection of fret rubbers. And just to alleviate the tedium, Here's one I did earlier. So spent 7 or 8 hours yesterday getting the frets ready. Very nice. You can rub your fingers up there with no danger. So that's done. They're all levelled, they're all crowned, they're all polished. Happy days. Just one other thing, I know a lot of people like to use roasted maple necks on the guitars, and it's quite the thing these days. I'm happy with this London plane, but what I am going to do is I'm going to use some roasted bone for the nut, and currently you can probably hear in the background some chomping, and my dog at the minute is just processing that bit of bone for me, which I will make into a roasted bone nut. Happy days for both. Today we're looking at the headstock and the machine heads. So happy days, came in the post this morning. Wilkinson open back machine heads, kidney style head tuner. So I've made a template, cardboard obviously, and I've had a look where I would like the tuners to go. I'm setting these in 14mm from the edge, and then we are 35mm from the top to the first hole, same on both sides, and then we are 38mm in between. The issue I've got, well, it's not an issue, it was planned. What I've got here is 12.2mm, and these machine heads, are we playing with the autofocus? These machine heads, I've got a pole of 18mm, so theoretically that gives me somewhere between 4 and 5mm. I'm going to make a patch, kind of a decorative thing that runs up each side so that you can still see some of the London plane. For that I'm going to be using a piece of chestnut. It's got some burr in it, but more importantly for this particular bit, it's got some striping in it. This is currently 6mm, so I need to reduce this to 1mm. Obviously I'm going to do that off camera, but we're winning. The other thing I've done, I've routed in the truss rod access channel, and with the piece of, I don't know if you can see that very well, with a piece of chestnut burr I've made a wedge. This has been soaked in super glue, the thin stuff, because it was a bit flexible. Now it's pretty tough. All I'm going to do is drill a tiny hole here, put a screw in, and so if you need to get to that, take the screw out. That just slides in. That is the finished colour for this one. This will be slightly darker, so there should be some contrast. I say the screw will go about here, and if you need to get it out, you just take the screw out, pull it back, and the nut that the dog's currently processing still will just go over there just to hold it down. So I don't know, that's about the right thickness. So that's the effect you'll get. Shadows. But let's crack on with sorting out these machine heads. Looking forward to seeing how these look. These are Wilkinson ones, by the way, supplied by Vanson Guitars. So we'll start by drilling a 2mm hole from the back to the front. On the front we have the ferrules, which will be drilled in. Need a slightly bigger drill bit for that, and that's why I like these, because there's no thread that you can strip. Just hammer these in. It'll look good. So now that I've got the holes where I need them, I can put my template back on, punch the holes through, and then I've got a bit of a template for what I want to design. So I'm going to get that designed and sanded and drilled off camera, and I'll come back when that's done.